Remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on more awesome content.
Now you will experience the full power of the dark side.
Hey guys, and welcome to my first Battlefront II How to Play. Oh, it's a very special moment. Just like Battlefront 15, we are kicking off the sequel with Palpatine as the first How to Play because once again, he is one of, if not, the strongest character if used efficiently. Time is only a factor for those 100 plus kill streaks when you play as the Dark Lord of the Sith. So first off, let's start off with Galactic Assault and what I used for my star card setup. I start off with Lightning Absorption to get a health buff per hit with Chain Lightning. The health buff isn't much, but when it hits like 7 people, it starts adding up, and I promise you, this keeps Palpatine in the game, especially with the 400 health regen he already has naturally. Second, I use Lightning Reach. It's just a good card that helps Palpatine stay ranged, giving him more defensive capability by being able to stay farther away, while also giving great offensive capability by being able to hit more targets caught in the lightning path, as well as just from farther away. And then last is Surge Lightning, and it's purely to get more damage on more people and to increase that health buff from earlier. You can swap this with In Full Control, which lessens the stamina drain for the base lightning attacks, but for me the stamina drain isn't too bad for fighting regular troopers on Galactic Assault, and even if I run out of stamina, it's easy to duck out, get it back, and rush back in the fight, which you should be doing anyway when you're playing as Palpatine. So, an overview. The key to playing the Palpatine is knowing when to be fast and aggressive and knowing when to back off. With use of his forward dash, he's easily the fastest hero in the game, catching up to Maul and Luke. On Galactic Assault, it's really easy to push in fast, making sure you have a dash to get out. You don't want to get stuck in the crossfire. Use Dark Aura and Chain Lightning when you dash in, especially if you need the help, because again, the way the star cards work is that Chain Lightning can give you that boost of health that you just lost and put you back at full health immediately, letting you stay in the fight longer and making sure that you don't die in the fight. And then kind of, just use his lightning when until you're overwhelmed, then dash away to a safe distance to recover health and cooldowns. My personal preference when I go in is I like to find a vantage or a corner that makes it easy to use the base lightning while maintaining cover. Because if you've ever played as Palpatine, his actual base lightning kind of goes through walls, but I'm not going to give that advice on how to play because most likely that's going to be patched out and it's not how the game was intended. So, the way his lightning works, it kind of works through walls, but what I will say is he doesn't need that wide of a window for the lightning to work. Even if you're not using it, through the walls, it'll still work on the very edge. So you can maintain cover pretty well with Palpatine. This lets him utilize his lightning to the best of his ability, and the Vantage also helps you kind of get a nice head count on how many people there are before using the Chain Lightning, because you really want to use the Chain Lightning a little more strategized. You don't want to waste it on 1 or 2 troopers, unless you have to. You want to try and get as many people as you can, because that Chain Lightning will take most troopers down to at least, a quarter health, or on the heavy it takes them down to about half health, and it kills snipers in 1 hit. So you really want to get the most out of that Chain Lightning, get the most health back, also get the most eliminations from it. Also, side note on using Palp's Lightning, the only time you should be using one-handed lightning is to get a sense of where your target is and to make sure you can hit him so you're not wasting stamina using it on thin air because he's too far, whatever the case may be. But in general, when damaging someone, you want to always be using both hands of lightning. It drains more stamina, but the damage output it does compared to the one hand, there's no trade-off for that. Also, remember it does group damage, so try to keep most of the enemies in the path of your lightning or around the extended part of your lightning as to where you're hitting the target, because it will affect all of them, and that is a good way to clear groups out really fast, even without the Chain Lightning. But where Palpatine's strength really lies is his dash. I've said it before, it's his speed. That is his greatest strength in this game, and I think the last Battlefront too. It's really great for getting behind people. and just really putting you in those advantageous situations and making it really hard for the enemy to track you while letting you unleash the entire force on them safely from behind them. And even if they turn around, just dash again. You should be dashing all over the place with Palpatine, getting in good positions, just moving in, hit and run really fast, and getting back out. To be honest, that's really all there is. Palpatine is best used when you can practice restraint, but also be very aggressive and fast using hit and run tactics. And these star cards will ensure that you keep getting health for as long as you throw that chain lightning in a big group. So there's not too much reason you should ever die, save for the occasional enemy squad who corners you or who immobilizes you and gets some vanguard shots into you somehow. Now onto my favorite portion, heroes versus villains. So my setup for him changes pretty drastically since the build previously mentioned really only works for Galactic Assault. There's not enough enemies to really make the health gain card work well, especially since heroes hit harder in general, and there's no point in having the extra target bounce pretty much for the same reason. So I switched those two out for the Rule of 2 to get some bonus damage when you electrocute a target, which is his stun move. Remember, for this card to work, you need to be using both hands of lightning so it triggers the extra damage. As I noted earlier, you really should only be using both hands to damage anyway. Like I said, he gets his stamina back quick, so using both hands shouldn't really be too big of a concern for you. But that does bring me to my next card, In Full Control, which, as I said earlier, basically just it lessens the stamina drain for his base lightning attack. We use this on heroes versus villains because heroes have much more health than regular troopers, so more often than not, as base stamina drain for lightning, you will not be able to completely kill a hero before you run out of stamina, which leaves you in some pretty awkward spots. Just trust me on this one. And then the lightning reach we keep the same because it's just, again, a great tool to help, keep Palpatine at a distance, minimizing risk and strengthening his offense, just like we said earlier. Once again, even in heroes versus villains, Palpatine's speed is his greatest strength, especially against lightsaber heroes. I cannot stress that enough. Well-timed dodges will pretty much make you invulnerable to lightsaber strikes as well as force powers. If you're dodging lightsabers, it's pretty easy to just dodge back and spam the dodge button while shooting lightning and get some damage in while you're dodging, and just repeat the process till they run out of health. You might even get out of there without a scratch on you. Even if you are outnumbered, this same strategy works. Just try not to get knocked down or shot or any type of crowd control, because really that's Palpatine's biggest weakness. He needs to be able to keep moving. While dodging away, you can use your electrocute to stun your attackers, unleash that two-handed lightning for some bonus damage, but be warned right now, Palpatine's lightning does not work while they are dodge rolling. You will not get hit markers. So be aware of that until they fix the rolling situation. It is a little bit hard to take out shooters, so I kind of watch how I play against them, and I use Dark Aura and stuff like that, because that's definitely a weakness of Palpatine's. But he's actually not just good on the defensive, he's actually better offensively. He kind of plays the same way even on heroes vs villains, except with less running when he goes on offense. So what I usually do is I'll dash in, hopefully not seen, and use Dark Aura combined with Electrocute to kind of start off with some huge damage. Then I'll just dash around my targets using my lightning the whole time, and that usually just finishes the job. If it doesn't, I escape, get my stamina back, kind of do what I need to do. It's really situational. The one key factor that you just always have to remember is, again, movement, speed, just making sure you're out of the way of getting damaged while still making sure you're getting that damage in while you're dodging, because Palpatine has one of the best frames between dodging and attacking. He can pretty much just use his lightning right when he's pretty much while dodging. He doesn't even have to wait till the dodge is completely done. You also don't want to underestimate him as a support character. His lightning on a blocking lightsaber hero will drain their stamina completely in less than 3 seconds. The only exception to this is characters such as Rey, who can have infinite stamina temporarily. But this is useful when teammates are nearby and you solely can take away a lightsaber wielder's ability to block completely. That's very helpful to the team. Palpatine is definitely a well-balanced character when using good judgment. He's fast, aggressive, does decent damage over time. He can even keep using his lightning when stunned sometimes, although I don't know if that's intended at the current stage. We'll have to kind of find that out. They're doing some updates, so we should find that out soon. Either way, he's definitely a strong character when used correctly. But now, let's get into the part where I ruin the fun and I tell you how to kill him. Palpatine's biggest strength is his speed. Therefore, obviously, his biggest weakness would be anything that immobilizes him, especially for an extended period of time, such as Chewbacca's multi-shot grenade or Lando's shock little trap thing. His lower health pool makes this a huge vulnerability and makes him quite easy to take down once you do stun him. Also, anyone who's good at shooting fast-moving targets also takes away his biggest strength, as his dash does not deflect blasters and he cannot block. So, he's always open to shoot if Palpatine isn't using cover. Having a good team who can corner a good Palpatine, cutting off his routes of escape, is a sure way of shutting him down. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to play as Darth Sidious himself. I hope this guide will help propel you to the MVP spot. And make sure to subscribe and keep an eye out for future videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.